My dear mother, I hope you will all come out here some day, but I shan't consent to invite you until we can receive you in style. But I guess we shall be able to do that one of these days. I intend that Amelia shall live on Lake Bigler until she can knock a bull down with her fist, say about 3 months. Tell everything as it is, no better and no worse. Well, Gold Hill sells at $5,000 per foot cash down. Wildcat isn't worth 10 cents. The country is fabulously rich in gold, silver, copper, lead, coal, iron, quicksilver, marble, granite, chalk, plaster of Paris, gypsum. Thieves, murderers, desperados, ladies, children, lawyers, Christians, Indians, Chinamen, Spaniards, gamblers, sharpers, coyotes, poets, preachers, and jackass rabbits. I overheard a gentleman say the other day that it was the damnedest country under the sun. And that comprehensive conception I fully subscribe to. It never rains here, and the dew never falls. No flowers grow here, and no green thing gladdens the eye. The birds that fly over the land carry their provisions with them. Only the crow and the raven tarry with us. Our city lies in the midst of a desert of the purest, most unadulterated and compromising sand, in which infernal soil nothing but that fag end of vegetable creation, sagebrush, ventures to grow. If you will take a Lilliputian cedar tree for a model and build a dozen imitations of it with the stiffest article of telegraph wire, set them 1 foot apart and then try to walk through them, you'll understand. Provided the floor is covered 12 inches deep with sand, what it is to wander through a sagebrush desert. When crushed, sagebrush emits an odor which isn't exactly magnolia and equally isn't exactly polecat, but is a sort of compromise between the two. It looks a good deal like greasewood and is the ugliest plant that was ever conceived of. It is gray in color. On the plains, sagebrush and greasewood grow about twice as large as the common geranium, and in my opinion they are a very good substitute for that useless vegetable. Greasewood is a perfect, most perfect imitation in miniature of a live oak tree, barring the color of it. As to the other fruits and flowers of the country, there ain't any except pulu or tutor or whatever they call it, a species of unpoetical willow that grows on the banks of the Carson, a river 20 yards wide, knee-deep, and so villainously rapid and crooked that it looks like it had wandered into the country without intending it, and had run about in a bewildered way and got lost, in its hurry to get out again before some thirsty man came along and drank it up. I said we are situated in a flat, sandy desert, true, and surrounded on all sides by such prodigious mountains that when you gaze at them a while and begin to conceive of their grandeur, and next to feel their vastness expand in your soul, and ultimately find yourself growing and swelling and spreading into a giant, I say, when this point is reached, you look disdainfully down upon the insignificant village of Carson, and in that instant you are seized with a burning desire to stretch forth your hand, put the city in your pocket, and walk off with it. As to churches, I believe they have got a Catholic one here, but like that one the New York fireman spoke of, I believe they don't run her now. Now, although we are surrounded by sand, the greatest part of the town is built upon what was once a very pretty grassy spot, and the streams of pure water that used to poke about it in rural sloth and solitude now pass through on dusty streets and gladden the hearts of men by reminding them that there is at least something here that hath its prototype among the homes that up behind them. And up King's Canyon, there are ranches or farms where they say hay grows and grass and beets and onions and turnips and other truck which is suitable for cows. Yes, and even Irish potatoes, also cabbage, peas, and beans. The houses are mostly frame, unplastered, but papered inside with flour sacks sewed together, and the handsomer the brand upon the sack is, the neater the house looks. Occasionally you stumble on a stone house. On account of the dryness of the country, the shingles on the houses warp till they look like short joints of stovepipe split lengthwise.